first round of the NBA playoffs continues as we gear up for game number 4 out east. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics getting set to match up with the Toronto Raptors. Hey everyone, with Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Celtics coming in. They lead this series 2-1 with a chance to get a step closer to moving on at home in Game 4.
And this has been a back-and-forth seesaw kind of series. It's had a little bit of everything now. But I think Game 4 is where the rubber starts to meet the road. This is where the intensity really starts to pick up, and I think we'll see that tonight.
Hayward to Walker. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. And it's Gasol with the rebound. To Lowry. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting reports. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Across the timeline, it's Walker. We're just underway in game number 4. Tatum, he had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who maybe hasn't found his rhythm yet. Don't let him get going.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Toronto with the basketball. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Lowry with it. Leads just a point. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Walker to Cantor. To Jaylen Brown. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
Count it. And the foul. He's going to the line for a free throw.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Marc Gasol trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. Celtics have it. Hayward to Kemba Walker. Here comes the screen. Tatum. He engulfed him that time. Lowry into the front court. 10-6 our score. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker missed his first. That one goes.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Gasol, good for two. Great footwork once again.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Walker. Here comes the screen. Walker. And he's going to the free throw line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
And his Cantor, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 77% at the line. First try at the line, no good. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Well done, Kyle Lowry. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Cantor. Nothing going here on that drive. And scores.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Leads 5. They work it down to Gasol. And he finishes at the rim.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Cleans it up. Powell with the rebound. Lowry into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for. Throws it down. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
To Powell. Short jumper off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Here comes the screen. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
That's called a heat check right there. Surprised he missed that one. That was an open look.
Kyle Lowry with the rock to Gasol. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Time to shuffle things up. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ballgame.
Seconds to shoot. That misses with 2 seconds to go. We're 1 quarter down in Game 4. Jay and I are back after this. It's the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Lynn with it. It's an 8-point lead. That's rebounded by Toronto. To Jeremy Lin. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Jeremy Lin at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. The free throw, good. And they add one more to the lead. It's up to 11. Boston with the basketball. Walker to Hayward. Surveys the floor. To Kemba Walker. Can't connect.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Nope. First one does not go. It's the second. One more coming. Celtics have it. Walker to Marcus Smart. Probing the defense. Here comes the screen. To Hayward. Boston with 4 to shoot. Hayward, message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Nowitzki. Dirk delivers. They've been trying to figure this guy out for 20 years, and it's still not working.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Hayward. It goes down.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Shot from the lane won't go. To Lowry. Lynn. Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki. He's 2 for 2 now.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up a 3.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Walker to Hayward. for three. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for three.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Lowry, 5 to shoot for Toronto. Nowitzki, Dirk Nowitzki, 3 for 3 in this first half.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Walker to Marcus Smart from long range. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended. Nowitzki had made his first three, but that shot off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Hayward to Walker. Another chance. To Van Vliet. 4-3. Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Walker. It's no good. Shots not going down. To Ibaka. The pass set it all up.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Knocks it down off the step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Take stock of the floor. Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. Lowry with it. His guys holding the big lead. To Nowitzki. Lets it fly from long range. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim. That misses with 2 seconds to go. We reached halftime here in Game 4. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Raptors dominated this matchup from the opening tip. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors. The Celtics may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Assists.
The Toronto Raptors are a team that's playing unselfish basketball and reaping the benefits. Great chemistry from these guys in the opening half, and it bodes well for them moving forward. Lowry showing off some great passing skills in the first 2 quarters.
Player of the half.
Lowry was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
Kemba Walker was unable to find his shot through the first 2 quarters. He's been suffering through miss after miss, and no matter what he tries, it's just not working for him. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Lowry. Beyond the arc for 3. They need something to go down. It's no good. Walker into the front court. Down a bundle. Great dish to set it up. From the painted area, won't go down. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Jason Tatum trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throw good, and the lead back down to 15. Lowry fires the 3. Now that's a contest. Ball's controlled by Boston. From the outside, no good. To Van Vliet. Lowry. Another chance and a putback slam.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Hayward. To Kemba Walker. Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
Oh, he had it. To Walker. Here's a chance from long range, and Gordon Hayward, zero hesitation as he knocks it down for 3.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Lowry lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's Hayward who grabs the rebound. Free throws coming up.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Jason Tatum at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First one, count it. 2 for 2 on that trip. Lowry to Van Vliet. Fires the three. No good. That's great defense. Walker with the basketball. The deficit now up to a dozen. Hayward to Cantor. Give him 2 points. High percentage. To Gasol. Marc Gasol. He's now 5 for 6.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Slam dunk. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Goes to the right side. Has a chance. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. And finishes strong. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Lowry to Van Vliet. Nothing going here on that drive. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
To Hayward. Yes, tough shot. It's got to go up to go in.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Fred Van Vliet to Gasol. Fundamental shot right there.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Celtics have it. Trying to cash in. Shot by Hayward, no good. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Lowry to Ibaka. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. Hayward with a shot, no good. Lowry into the front court. His team leads it by 10. And scores. Strong take.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Proud City.
Corner 3 at the buzzer. That misses with a second to go. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. It's been all Raptors. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Toronto has the basketball. Lynn to Stanley Johnson. Ibaka. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Kicks it around the perimeter. Marc Gasol sends it away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Lynn with it. Up 6. Down low for Powell. Off the assist.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be creative. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Jeremy Lin, not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way, though.
Has a look. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
It's no good. Great defense.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
To Ibaka. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter.
Well, you need execution in a chess match. And the best execution, I just saw the star player talk to one of the young fellas. You take those young fellas over to the side. You coach them through some of these big-time moments that happen in the fourth quarter. That's how you get your team ready for the playoffs and hopefully a chance to win a championship.
Short jumper off the mark. So Lowry. Tough make through traffic.
And I love when people are saying, well, he's not an exciting player. I don't need him to be exciting. I need him to be fundamentally sound.
And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Walker buries it on the catch and shoot.
We love to break this game down analytically. We even love to break it down more psychologically. But sometimes it's just about settling into the game. Seemed like in the first half, things were rushed. Now we finally see them have their composure and their poise.
To Gasol. And count the basket.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Pascal Siakam to Ibaka. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Hayward unable to connect. To Ibaka. Marc Gasol with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Cleans it up, working it outside. Lowry. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it. To Hayward. For three. That no good. Off the mark. To Ibaka. Won't go. Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys down 11. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. To Ibaka from long range. Ibaka bothered just enough on that one. Boston with the basketball. Cashes in for two.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
To Ibaka. 4-3. Can't connect. It's no good. Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guys down by 9. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
And here's a next-level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning the timeout.
And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
First one goes down. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Has a chance. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper is wet too?
And here's the foul. Right now it's a 2-possession game, so if he hits 1 or 2 of these, it could be all she wrote.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout. It's just their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more. Walker. Cleared by Ibaka. Count the bucket for 2. Trying to cash in. It's rebounded by Gasol. It's the Raptors with the victory. They've seized control of the 7-game series as they run out to a 3-1 lead. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
The Raptors almost let this one get away from them, but they managed to get the victory. And it's surprising. We got such a competitive game when they hit so many threes, but they did what was necessary to finish it off. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Toronto Raptors. The Celtics must be devastated after such a close loss. Sure, it's great they shot so well from 3, but none of that really matters when your team has one more loss to show for it. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Marc Gasol put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.